Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. I really hope that you guys are having a great time and life is treating you well. Thank you for finding my channel. If you are just finding the channel, if you're returning, thank you very much for your support. It is appreciated. This reading will be for Cancer. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for the period of now and into the end of January 2019. And Happy New Year's, guys. We're almost there. It's been a crazy year, but it's been a great year. I hope it has been for you. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We're going to look at the karmic energy for Cancer. We're also going to look at those of you who are in a relationship with Cancer, what you may need to know if you're having some challenges. Then we're going to kind of look at January 2019 for Cancer. We have depression. Stay with me, guys. Let's see where this is going. Don't get too nervous. This is Scorpio, Capricorn energy, Pluto, Saturn energy. We have the pure fool. This is somebody who dreams of themselves better than they are. So this, in essence, is looking like someone who is being hard on themselves and they're disappointed for whatever reason in themselves. I feel like this is someone who's having a bout of low self-esteem, someone who feels like they can't measure up, someone who felt like they couldn't measure up. This is someone who might just be nostalgic for the past year, looking back over the year and feeling like things could have gone off better than it did. And then we have this lovely card of family. This might just be someone who needs a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to lean on. So the Cancer might just be feeling a little bit at odds with themselves in a way and feeling like they had closer friends or more friends or real friends. It could just be feeling like they wish they had real friends. They can just be missing family who's passed on, who have moved on, who are no longer with them around physically in body. This can also be a type of visitation. I'm getting that from this, from someone who has passed on. A parent, it feels like to me. Or just dreaming about a parent who's passed on, especially during the holidays. Being a bit melancholy around the holidays. A bit sad about the holidays. A bit nostalgic. This is the energy for Cancer right now. It's just, but it feels with like a sweet melancholy, by the way. It doesn't feel that heavy, even though the depression card is here. So for those of you dealing with this, what can you do? What can you do to cope better? We have the King of Pentacles. We have Major Arcana, the Tower. Stay with it, guys. Don't run out yet. And we have Major Arcana, the Fool. So for those of you who are Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer, who have just split out with a partner, I feel like it could have been because the partner was putting a lot of pressure on you surrounding material gains, wealth, money, gifts, things like this. And you perhaps feeling like the person was a bit insincere in their intentions, breaking away from the situation or putting your foot down. That's what the Tower feels like to me. And then feeling a little bit sad about it. It's bad. I think everybody has been in those situations where they've had a partner or, boyfriend, girlfriend who have put some kind of pressure on them. And then they haven't wanted to kind of admit that they can't do it. So they just say they can't do it. So let's say someone is pressuring you for money. And if you have the money, you would give it to them. If you have the money, you would give it to them. But you don't really have the money. So you just tell them, no, I'm not going to give that to you. And you don't explain because you might be embarrassed. No, I don't have that much money to give to you. So I feel like that's what's happening here in the Tower. It's something more like this. But in the end, I feel like in a way, you feel better being in that situation than putting yourself over the limit, putting yourself and your own stability on the line. Or losing a lot. materially. Just saying, oh no, I don't have it. Yeah, it's embarrassing to say, or hurts to say, or I don't want to disappoint you, or I just, it's not even being embarrassed. You just, no, I'm not going to do that. Putting your foot down. Somebody who's putting their foot down here with Major Arcana the Fool. And then somehow there's a level of respect here in all of this line with the King of Coins, Major Arcana the Tower, and Major Arcana the Fool. There's some element of respect, you know, that you did that. You know, I guess even respect for yourself. Hey, yeah, you know, I have my boundaries. It's about boundaries here. Something here about boundaries. You see it? Hey, this guy has no boundaries. What boundary line do you see here in this card with the King of Pentacles? There are no boundaries. His resources, in theory, are endless, but not next to the Tower. Next to the Tower, this is a person who has to have boundaries. This Tower has a boundary. There's a boundary here. And Major Arcana the Fool, he has a boundary. He can't just step off the end of the cliff. The mountain line is not endless. He comes to the end of that mountain. So this is someone who has a boundary. Let's see what else is happening for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus between now and the end of January 2019. What's happening for that Cancer? What can help them? What do they need to know? What can help Cancer? We have Major Arcana the Sun. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have Major Arcana the Chariot. You guys, I just love the direction that this reading is taken. Again, I told you something positive comes out of all of this, setting up those boundaries. Even in yourself, I'm getting setting up some boundaries in how you indulge in your thoughts, especially around some things that made you sad. Sometimes, and no one will ever say that, but it is true, sometimes it feels good to be a little bit sad. And you even allow yourself to be sad in a way when you don't need to, because in some ways it does feel good to be a bit melancholy sometimes over some issues, kind of rehashing and going over it. But there does have to be a type of a boundary with indulging in this, you know, setting up a time. Okay, I'm going to think about it for the next hour at this time on this day, and then I'm going to let it go. You know, and then I'm going to think about all the good things that are before me. I'm going to give gratitude for all the positive things I have in my life, especially around family here, and especially around family in this Ten of Cups. I'm going to give kind of thanks for all of this and relish in the fact that I do have one or two good friends. Who needs more? I do have a lovely partner, or I had a lovely partner. I had a lovely experience. I have lovely kids. I had lovely parents. I miss them. I miss my friend, but they were lovely. I miss this love between us, but it's still there, yeah. With this with this Major Arcana the Sun next to the Ten of Cups. And look what we're ending out with. The Chariot here. You know, this is a great way to end the year. I'm getting a great way to end the year, just reflecting on the good times, trying to focus on the good times. We're going to move this along, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull one of the good tarots to end the reading. If you do like the readings, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I always read them. I always enjoy reading them as well. And Happy New Year if you're going off the channel, and I'm going to miss you. We have Major Arcana the Magician. We have the Princess of Cups. And we have Major Arcana the Empress. And finally, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is the one that came out on its own. It's very interesting, the Eight of Swords. This to me matches well with this energy of depression. So there might just be some little underlining issues of a type of depression. It doesn't feel like it's that heavy. If it is that heavy, you guys, please try to talk to someone who you feel comfortable speaking with. It can be someone in the church, a clergyman, or a therapist if you are feeling that you cannot manage this on your own. But it feels to me like it's not that heavy. It's for those of you who are, everybody suffers from depression, by the way. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but we all do. But with Major Arcana, the Magician, next to the Princess of Cups, and Major Arcana, the Kaiserin, it looks like it will be some type of a pleasurable end to the year. And like somehow any discontent you had in a relationship around feeling like you didn't give enough or you couldn't give enough will end on a positive note in some way. You know, it feels, look at this, is something here in her hand offering peace, a peace offering. The Empress represents abundance, especially on top of the Fool. And then we have the Princess of Cups. Again, there's abundance here. There's an offering here. So maybe that loving feeling does come to you. You're missing it, but then it arrives in some way with the Magician. You know, this can be something as simple as feeling like you're not going to reach your New Year plans, or the people who you want to spend the New Year with, that you don't spend it with them. But I feel like it all works out. And then I'll leave you with that last story. There was always this almost old wives' tale that how you end the new year will be the note for the year. You know, who you're with on that new year and how it goes down will be the flavor for the next year. So it's just something for you to think about how you're going to end this year. Cancer. Let's see your final card. We have the Seven of Air, the Seven of Swords. I'm going to go ahead and read that out for you, and thank you for joining me on the channel. I hope I see you guys on the other side of 2019. Let me hold that up for you and read it. It's called Independence, Nonconformity, Living Life on one's own terms without people pleasing. Now is the time for me to live life on my own terms, so I must find the courage to reject conformity. Listening to my yearning for independence is key to breaking free of groupthink and attending to my own needs. Diplomacy with others can help me to be true to my call to do what I know I must do for myself. So I think that card really resonates with what was said about, they said it in a different way, but people pleasing, you know, to your own disadvantage. You can think about it, go back and listen to the reading, because there were some words said about this earlier. And I wish you guys a happy new year. Thank you for joining me, and take care. Bye-bye.